guys for showing up.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Have it.
Are there any questions?
Yes. How do you do effects?
Observe a lot. What, like Joe says too, or whatever. I've always just been very intrigued by what's going on, in the natural world, whether it's going down to the beach and watching the oceans, waves, taking the Weber grill, starting it on fire, and just filming it, taking still shots like high speed and watching all the little designs and stuff, and just staring at it, and going back to the desk and drawing something that kind of looks like that. Watching high speed photography a lot of times now, but with high speed, like you can get on the internet, there's a problem that it's at 600 frames or 1,000 frames a second. That's way too fast. So you'd have to mathematically kind of figure out where can we do it at 24 frames, and then find your best designs from that, and then do it. But watching a regular video at 30 frames, you can get some really nice designs. And then the thing about effects now done computer as opposed to hand drawn is they're really trying. There's a lot of it's procedural. A lot of it's hitting the default button in the box in Maya. Putting a container and then putting a particle generator and hitting start, and it's going, and then rendering it out and not doing much more. I mean, there's a few more stuff they do. In some of the better movies, they do a lot more than that, but they haven't gone as far as designing effects. They mimic and accentuate live action effects. So it's a huge explosion, they make it bigger. But designing is hard to do in 3D. But I think at Disney they were starting to design by taking polygons and manipulating them and then rendering them. Like if we're doing smoke, they just took a bunch of polygons and really break them down so there's not many points to pull, and then making a smoke design cloud, and then animating it in the next frame and moving it again, and then rendering it as a transparency and stuff. So it looked like you were hand drawing it. So that's a good advancement. But as far as hand drawing, I think in my mind, it's all about design and wanting to see your design up there, like with a fire or a splash, or for instance, the splash in Iron Giant when he jumps into the lake and it sets off this big plume. Michel Gagne did that, and that was all designed to hit the top. That's the first drawing he did, was that top. Everything else was in between to it. And that's a method that you can do if you really want to see the design. And the other physics that are involved behind that is the secondary splash. Comes after that, after the whole lake empties out, there's a secondary one, which is almost as much as the first splash. But that's a good method to do it. Take a rock or a baseball, throw it in a pool and film it. And then go back and try to draw it, but then go back and redraw it so you have a design out of it. And like on this example here on the third page of Bambi, there's just a great, in the older days, they didn't, it seemed like at Disney as they got all the newer stuff going, they were concerned with nice outline around everything. A lot of people went to that method. It seems to be more flat, and you have a color set. You have a really nice design on your effect, and then you go back in and do a color set, so you have this foam and things, difference. But you can go back and do the old-fashioned way, was just doing a 2B or 4B pencil, rendering it as you go. Maybe doing a rough blue pencil thing, and then putting a sheet over it, and then just doing hand rendering, and then animating straight ahead. Which, if you animate straight ahead, you don't always know where it's going to go. There's a thing you have to do. Try to figure out how much you're going to dissipate, how much height you want out of the splash, what the thing weighs, how much your ripples are going to go, how much of the waves is going to happen. It's kind of tedious and kind of anal, but fun, and you got to be pretty weird to do it.